Welcome to this edition of The Forum. I'm your host, Sheila Evans. We have a great show in store for you today with an outstanding lineup of guests. We get our show started today by talking with Alyssa Riley. She is the Education Coordinator with the New Hanover Soil and Water Conservation Commission. Earth Day is Friday, April 22nd, and she will tell us about all the festivities planned to celebrate. Then we sit down with Camilla Herlevick and Jessica Blake with the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust. They're here to give us all the details about the upcoming Flytrap Frolic. And finally, Sandra Selesky with the Marine Science Program at Ashley High School joins us. The application process is underway for the program, and she tells you all you need to know. We've got a great edition of The Forum for you today, and we'll get started right after this short break.
Mark! Anna! Ooh! Hey! Forgot your lunch. Hey!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
My next guest is Alyssa Riley. She's with the Earth Day Alliance, and she is here today to talk about the Wilmington Earth Day Festival. Alyssa, tell us what the festival is.
Absolutely. So the festival is a community event that has been taking place since 1990. This is our 26th year of the festival. It's essentially a free activity for families to come and learn about some different environmental movements, talk to some different groups around town, and just kind of get a better feel of things that are going on in their local environment in New Hanover County.
Okay, and when and where does it happen?
So the festival this year is April 23rd. It's at Hugh McRae Park. It's from 12 to 6 p.m. There is a free shuttle that is provided, courtesy of Wave Transit. The shuttle pickup location has changed this year. It is actually going to be in the Longleaf Mall at Shipyard, and the pickup will be in front of the Medac entrance. So. Pickup will start about 11:30, and the shuttle runs approximately every 20 minutes, but visitors are welcome to come and park their cars there and take the free shuttle over to the park, and that way they don't have to deal with parking at the festival, because it can get kind of convoluted because we usually have a lot of attendees there.
And did you say it starts at 11?
The shuttle starts at 11:30. The festival starts at 12. It's from 12 to 6 p.m.
Gotcha.
Saturday, April 23rd, which is the day after the official Earth Day.
Okay. And you said it's a free event?
It is a free event. It's free to attend. Families are welcome. Pets are welcome as well. The only thing is, if people bring their pets to the park, the pets are not allowed in the exhibitor area, because we do have a few different exhibitor tents, and pets are not allowed in the main tent. So people are welcome to bring their pets on leashes and walk them around the park. And we ask that people do bring their pets, that they follow rules and are responsible and clean up after their pets when they...
Very good. Tell us about some of the activities that are going on that day.
So we have a lot going on. We have at this point about 60 different exhibitors that will be, there's a couple of main exhibitor tents. We also have a kids area, which we're going to talk about a little bit more. We have live music all day. There's 3 different bands playing, and we have some new things this year. We're actually going to have a local company that's going to set up a little mini putt-putt course. So we're going to have putt-putt that's available for families to play. We're going to have a little game area. We're going to have some cornhole boards that are going to be free to play, just so people can walk around, talk to the different exhibitors, learn about what they're focusing on, what they're doing here in our local community. There's going to be food and beverages that are available for purchase. Like I said, the festival is free, but there will be things to purchase once you get there. And they can listen to music, talk to exhibitors, play some games, just generally come out and have a good time and learn more about our local environment.
Who are some of the bands that are playing this year?
So the bands this year are Brothers Egg, which is starting out. Then there's DHIM, which is, I believe, a reggae band. And then we have the Folkstone String Band ending. And about 1:45, we're going to have Mr. Mark's music, in which he does a Nature Brigade parade for the kids. So the kids are invited to come and dress up in like a local flora or fauna costume, so they can dress up as their favorite animal or plant. And he's going to lead a parade for the children around the festival. And that starts about 1:45.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
So you keep talking about the exhibitors.
Yes.
Tell me what some of them might be.
So some of them, so the local Soil and Water Conservation District, who I work for, will have a table there. The Sierra Club, the Cape Fear Museum is going to be in the kids zone. Whole Foods is going to be an exhibitor as well. We have the local Society of American Foresters. We have the North Carolina Division of Marine Fisheries is coming down, and they're actually bringing their marine fisheries trailer so they can talk to some people about just the different fishery regulations and whatnot. We have Cape Fear River Watch is going to be there. So the list keeps growing. So but as of this point, like I said, we have about 60. We're going to have some electric vehicles there that we parked in the parking lot so people can check out those. Wave will have their bus, their Green Line bus that will be on display so people can get on and check that out. So pretty much, I mean, there's going to be nonprofits, there's going to be government organizations, there's going to be for-profit businesses. It's a whole mix of people, but their whole focus is just with this year. Because the theme this year is, which we didn't talk about, is that healthy earth, healthy people.
Oh.
And that's basically just letting people know that the health of our planet is directly correlated to our health as individuals. And if we don't keep our planet healthy, it's going to directly interfere with human health as well. So our exhibitors are asked to just kind of center their theme around that.
Gotcha. Are you able to tell us what your exhibit will look like?
Our exhibit is going to just be focusing on the district and just letting people know about the different programs that are available to them. We will have a rain barrel on display because we do sell rain barrels through the district. That's a good best management practice that people can do at their home to help collect rainwater and then use it to irrigate their plants and whatnot. And our supervisors, we have a 5-member board of supervisors, so they will be there on display to talk about people. To talk to people about what's
Will there
going on.
be some hands-on stuff? You're not just going to walk and look at like display upon display upon display?
Yeah, there are actually a lot of hands-on exhibits, especially in the kids zone. So right now in the kids zone, I know we have Whole Foods, the Cape Fear Museum will be there, New Hanover County Libraries will be there, the North Carolina Aquarium are just a few of the exhibitors that might be in kids zone. But there will be a lot of arts and crafts and hands-on interactive things for people to do.
What kind of things might Whole Foods do in the kids zone?
I believe
Healthy eating, maybe?
I think they're going to be focusing on the healthy eating part. Andy Gold, who is with the North Carolina Aquarium, he actually coordinates the kids zone. So he would be the person to ask for details on that.
But as you said, surely stuff to keep them busy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stuff to keep them entertained and stuff, like I said, hands-on craft activities for them to do.
Anything else new this year?
So the shuttle. The shuttle,
Right.
Thank you. The shuttle location is absolutely new this year, and we want people to be aware of that. We don't want people going to the location from last year. So that is new. The new bands, the Putt Putt's going to be new this year. That'll be something that we're trying out. And like I said, we're just hoping for a beautiful day. We're going to have some new exhibitors that we've never had before, so that's exciting. And it's a really great event. Like I said, it's just fun for the whole family. There are some new things in our community related to the environment that haven't happened previously, so it'll be a great chance for people to come out and just talk to these people that are working on these environment focuses and just get some more information from them.
Okay. And finally, just to confirm, Saturday, April 23rd, 12 till
6. 12 to 6.
And catch the shuttle at Longleaf in front of the Medak.
In front of the Medak, catch the shuttle, and then it'll rotate every 20 minutes and bring
Very
people
good.
through.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
My hopes right now are just to go out there and play the perfect show.
You have to make choices. We want to do this. We want this.
Pearl S. Buck was the third American to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. She is best known for her novels based in China. Her second novel, The Good Earth, based on the fluctuating fortunes of a peasant family, brought her much success. In addition to her literary achievements, Buck was a great humanitarian, contributing largely to orphans and children with disabilities. This background in literature has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools.
I am joined by Camilla Herlevec and Jessica Blake. Both ladies are from the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust, and we're here today to talk about the Fly Trap Frolic. First of all, tell us why a Venus flytrap is so special.
The Venus flytrap is a really cool plant. It's a carnivorous plant, which makes it different from most plants. It eats insects and arachnids and even an occasional frog. It grows in moist, acidic, and nutrient-poor soil, which means it needs to find nutrients elsewhere, so it does that by eating insects. The flytrap has a trap that's open to catch insects, and inside of it has trigger hairs. So when something lands on it and moves those trigger hairs, it shuts. And once the trap is shut, the insect is stuck, and then it's digested by juices that the plant releases. Like I said, it grows in nutrient-poor soils, but more specifically, it grows here in Wilmington naturally and only in a 100-mile radius from where we're sitting today. So it's sort of very special to our area specifically. And it also needs an open understory so that it can't have other competition, and that is usually brought on by fire. And so because of fire suppression and development and even over collection like poaching, the Venus flytrap is a cool plant, but it's also a threatened plant. Which is why the Coastal Land Trust feels it's so important to have events like the Flytrap Frolic that raise awareness of this awesome plant we have.
And speaking of the Flytrap Frolic, give us some details.
We're so excited. This will be our 6th annual Flytrap Frolic. It's also the 2nd year that it's been part of the North Carolina Science Festival.
Oh, nice.
And the Flytrap Frolic is all about introducing kids to nature and to the extraordinary carnivorous plants that we have here in southeastern North Carolina. It'll be from 9 to 1 on Saturday, April 23rd.
Okay.
The location is the Stanley Reeder Carnivorous Plant Garden at 3800 Canterbury, right behind Alderman Elementary School. And we've designed it so that kids and families will have a fabulous time. The primary attraction of the Flytrap Frolic is the flytraps and the other carnivorous plants. So we have some great volunteers from UNCW who will be out there in the garden showing the kids what to look for. Lots of times kids will come in and they'll be expecting to find a plant that's 8 or 12 inches high. And of course they're tiny. And so the first thing is, where's the flytrap? Where's the flytrap? So our UNCW biology student volunteers will help on that. We have a scavenger hunt. So we'll have a little card that have the 4 types of carnivorous plants, not just the flytrap, but pitcher plants and also a sundew. Which are 3 of our native plants, native carnivorous plants in North Carolina, so they'll check those off. We'll have face painting. We'll have some Venus flytrap related crafts for kids. We have these cute little decorations that we'll be making out of bottle caps. And we have flytrap games, which of course I won't be able to demonstrate here, but we have a fly on the end of this so that they'll learn how pitcher plants work as well as Venus flytraps. We'll have plates that they can decorate together that work to imitate the spring mechanism of the Venus flytrap. We're going to have a feely box so kids can put their hands inside and experience what it might feel like to be a fly inside that's caught in one of these traps. So that'll be fun. We're going to have some rescue birds from the Skywatch Bird Rescue Program who will be out there. The mayor is going to be there.
Okay.
And so we're just going to have all sorts of great activities for the kids.
Okay. And this is held at the Stanley Reeder Garden. Can you tell us how that garden came about?
Sure. It's a great story. And a gentleman here named Stanley Reeder, for whom the garden is named, is a horticulturalist. And he loved to go out in the woods and find carnivorous plants. And so as he was in his explorations, he actually found a place that was native habitat for Venus flytraps right here in the heart of Wilmington. And so he went to the owners, which were the McCrae family of the Oleander Company, and he asked if he could use this little area, which actually had been a roadbed that had gotten wet. And that's, as Jessica said, one of the things that flytraps need is a little boggy area. And he asked if he could cultivate plants in that area, because he hadn't seen a place like this as close to where he lived that would be great ideal habitat for carnivorous plants. So he started bringing in not just Venus flytraps, but other pitcher plants. He crossbred some pitcher plants. He even created his own variety. And he not only created this garden here, he also was a popularizer. And so he went on national TV back in the 50s and the 60s and talked about the Venus flytrap. They actually called him Flytrap Man on national TV. So we were fortunate enough to receive a conservation easement over the land from the Oleander Company, which means that we have restrictions on the property, and it's our responsibility that the property is never developed and that its wetland and plant values are never changed. And so we hold the conservation easement, the Coastal Land Trust does. That easement also gives us the right to manage the property for natural area and recreational values. And we've partnered up with the city of Wilmington to name the area in honor of Stanley, but the city has done all of the great improvements that you see now.
Nice.
They're the ones that have done the parking lot, the nice trail. There's an overlook that people will be able to come and see. They can see the stepping stones that Mr. Reeder initially put in. And there's a viewing platform as well. So this is a partnership between the city, which manages it, the Coastal Land Trust, which holds the conservation easement, the Oleander Company that owns the land, but really it's a creation of Stanley Reeder and his vision.
Very good. What is special about our area that they thrive here?
Our region is very special, and we are part of a global biodiversity hotspot, but more importantly, where we are right now, we're part of something that's called the Cape Fear Arch. And this is where flytraps grow naturally. This area ranges from Cape Lookout, North Carolina to Cape Romaine, South Carolina, and it has the greatest biological diversity along the Atlantic coast north of Florida. But what makes it so special is that it has a slightly higher elevation, so it's been above sea level longer, and it also has geologic sand and limestone deposits, which create just a very unique situation and allows diverse plants and animals to occur here, along with a lot of endemic plants, which means plants that can only grow in this area, like the Venus flytrap, which is one of our favorite endemics. So that's pretty much why it's so special. It happens nowhere else in the world.
Very good. So we talked about the Flytrap Frolic. Is generally the purpose of that awareness?
That's the primary purpose. You know, we talk about the city of azaleas. There are lots of places that are a city, lots of beautiful places with azaleas and dogwoods, and certainly Wilmington is one of them. But we're the only place that is the city of flytraps. We are the city of flytraps. And I think Jessica and I would both agree that the best part of our job is when we have kids that actually get out and enjoy nature. So it is an opportunity for us to do some environmental education without people being realized that education is part of it. It's a chance to bring people out, for them to learn about biology, about botany, to introduce them to science. We're so happy for the connection with the North Carolina Science Festival, for them to get outdoors, to get unplugged, take the earphones out, enjoy a beautiful day. We've been very fortunate in the past, and to learn a little bit about the very special nature that we have here. A secondary purpose is that this is a fundraiser for the Coastal Land Trust. Okay. And the whole idea of the Flytrap Frolic actually was pioneered by one of our volunteers, Diana Corbett. And the idea is it doesn't cost much for us to put it on. The dividends to the public are fabulous. But we have sponsors. Live Oak Bank, for example, is our lead sponsor of this event. And as a fundraiser, it gives the Coastal Land Trust the opportunity to use that money to go buy natural habitat for flytraps and carnivorous plants in other parts of the state.
Okay, great. So Saturday, April 23rd, 9 to 1.
Right. Be there.
Thank you. We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Tick, tick, tick,
tick.
tick, tick, tick.
Massive heat waves.
Heat waves.
Tick. Severe droughts.
Tick, tick.
Tick, tick, tick. Devastating hurricanes. Tick, tick, tick,
Tick, tick, tick, tick.
Our future is up to you.
Tick.
Go to fightglobalwarming.com while there's still time.
Someone dies from melanoma every hour in the U.S. That's why you should cover up and wear a high SPF sunscreen whenever you work or play outdoors. You need it more than you think.
I am joined by Sandy Soselsky. She's the coordinator and lead teacher for the Marine Science Academy at Ashley High School. Tell us about the Academy and if you feel it offers students a competitive edge.
Yes, thank you for having me today.
Sure.
First of all, it challenges students who, first of all, have a natural interest in the marine science world, which the Wilmington area is such a natural place for that.
Makes sense.
Students are able to build on that interest with challenging course curriculum in both oceanography and marine science in collaboration with UNCW and Cape Fear Community College Marine Technology Program.
Gotcha. What's a typical day like for the students in the program?
Okay. A typical day is the students are with me for the whole year, and they are generally, it's third period, time of the day. Some days we are doing hands-on labs in class. Other days we jump on the bus and we go to UNCW, or we go to Cape Fear Community College for lessons, lectures, different activities at the university. We also do field work, so we will go to Carolina Beach State Park or to the beaches or area estuaries to do field research that the students participate in and do long-term research projects in.
Okay, so you said they're with you all year. How do they squeeze in the other academics?
We are actually not a school within a school. The students can take their other core classes and electives at Ashley, and they are with me for third period throughout the year. So they are with me from August all the way till June. So it's a year-long commitment, which they can earn up to 6 college waiver credits at either Cape Fear Community College or UNCW, which count as university studies credits. So therefore, if they decide to major in marine science, that's wonderful, but if they don't, these are general studies credits that any freshman would take.
Gotcha. So they get some of the other core stuff out in the morning. Because if you have them third period and you're going to the university, there's the rest of the day.
Right, and we come back by the bell.
Okay.
So that students who have a fourth period class or have a job commitment that they need to go to, we are done by the end of the day, by the end of third period.
Oh, you are?
Yes, ma'am.
You get up to UNCW. Wow. Who's driving that bus?
I'm the bus driver.
Okay.
And their teacher.
Okay. How does a student apply to the academy?
Good question. So we have a very detailed website on the Ashley homepage. You can scroll down and click on the Marine Science Academy. There they'll find a wealth of information, academic expectations, as well as the application and brochure. So the students would go ahead and select with the natural course selection process with their counselor. They can select the Marine Science Academy and then complete an application. Applications are due by April 15th.
Okay.
And then also students who are coming outside of Ashley's district also need to complete the open choice form, so that that is in conjunction with the application that they complete. And we do have students who decide to join Ashley and join the Marine Science Academy from other high schools.
Gotcha. So do you apply as a freshman, junior? How does that work?
This is primarily for juniors and seniors. It's highly recommended they have completed their honors earth environmental, honors biology, honors chemistry. Many of the students have already taken AP environmental science and or AP bio by the time they come into the academy. It also deepens their knowledge of basic concepts, which aids in their understanding of marine science topics as well.
Okay, what does a final exam look like in that class?
Good question. So I've had all of the tests and exams vetted by UNCW professors. So the professors that I work with have looked over my exams and made sure that they met the criteria that their exams would. Also, many of the activities that we do at in marine biology and oceanography are the actual labs that the UNCW students do as well. So the exam is very hands-on, lots of laboratory data and looking at scientific trends, and then answering questions about those. A lot of essays I do to help support the students who are taking AP Bio or other AP Sciences that have a lot of essays. I require a tremendous amount of writing. The students do a long-term research project in the fall that lasts all semester with a large scientific research paper.
Nice.
And they also do another one in the spring on marine biology. So the one in the fall is on ocean processes, more physical and geological processes, and how to interpret the data from that on the Cape Fear River and the coastal ocean of North Carolina. And then the spring semester is a long-term research project this year on jellies. So they're looking at the physical, biotic and abiotic processes which control massive jelly blooms. So again, they're looking at a long-term research study. And I think this is important for students because in many classes they learn a tremendous amount of content, but they don't learn how to apply that content to their own individualized research project. And this is something that I wanted to serve that need for the students of New Hanover County, to look at how they can develop their own research, interpret the data, analyze it, and then write a really well-written paper about it.
Very nice. Outside of the coursework, what else might be a requirement for them?
Good question. Students also get exposure to what the job market may be like. So we have an embedded program where the students are able to have an internship. We have students that will work for a private company where they'll do like an environmental education, or they'll go to the aquarium at Fort Fisher and work there. We've also had students shadow and work in the Crest Research Center at UNCW at the Center for Marine Science in dinoflagellates, and looking at different types of conditions that control red tides and things like that. So they have options to look at different careers. We've also had students work at the Aquaculture Center at Wrightsville Beach, where they are looking at fish farming and you know, raising sea bass and flounder and things like that.
Very good. Lots of information. Sounds like a great program. We'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Mom, can I have $1?
Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed.
It's not here.
Check the dining room.
No.
What about your sister's room?
It's not there either.
The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. Earth Day is Friday, April 22nd. For more information on the Earth Day celebration, you can contact the Earth Day Alliance at 798-7137 or email at wilmingtonearthday@gmail.com. The 6th annual Flytrap Frolic will be held on Saturday, April 23rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Stanley Reeder Carnivorous Garden located behind Alderman Elementary. And finally, to learn more about the Ashley High School Marine Science Program, call Sandy Sesaleski at 790-2350, extension 419. Now, if you ever have any questions about the topics discussed here on our show today, please call the school system's public relations office at 254-4180 or check out the school system's website at www.nhcs.net. I'm Sheila Evans. Thanks for joining me today.